have you ever felt trapped? Even when the doors are wide open? Have you ever looked around and wondered why some people move through life like it's theirs, while you feel stuck, chained by invisible rules? What if I told you that everything you've been taught about freedom is a lie? That the philosophy that truly liberates you has been hidden, suppressed, even banned in some places, and not because it's dangerous to the world, but because it's dangerous to those who control it. Imagine waking up every day with complete clarity, no hesitation, no fear. Not because the world suddenly changed, but because you finally understand the rules that nobody else is talking about. The truth is, true freedom isn't about money, power, or fame. It's about mastering your own mind. Stepping beyond the boundaries society tells you to stay within and taking control of your life in a way most people think is impossible. Have you ever noticed how the most successful people seem almost untouchable? They make decisions with calm precision. They take risks without fear, and they never second-guess themselves. How do they do it? It's not luck. It's not charisma. It's an understanding of freedom that's been deliberately buried in the shadows of history. And today, I'm going to uncover it for you. Freedom, in the truest sense, isn't about doing whatever you want. That's a myth. Anyone can spend money, travel, or quit a job. But freedom, the kind that makes you untouchable, is about independence of thought, emotional autonomy, and the ability to act without internal resistance. That's the part no one talks about. Think about it. Every rule, every law, every social expectation is designed to shape your behavior, whether you realize it or not. You follow patterns, repeat cycles, and live inside invisible cages. You call it normal life, but it's a carefully constructed illusion. And here's the shocking part. The people who break free, they don't play by the rules at all. They've discovered the philosophy that was banned, ignored, and ridiculed for centuries. Let me ask you this. What if everything you believed about freedom was wrong? What if the textbooks, the motivational speakers, the self-help gurus, they're all teaching you a version of freedom that keeps you predictable, controllable, manageable? True freedom, the kind that shakes your bones and rewires your destiny, has never been mainstream. It's underground, hidden, dangerous to the establishment. History is full of people who understood this. Rebels, outcasts, visionaries. They all practiced the same principles without calling them out. They didn't ask permission. They didn't wait for approval. They acted with precision, courage, and a clarity that comes from knowing the secret few are willing to face. And here is the kicker. You can too. Now, I can already hear you thinking, but I don't have power. I don't have money. How can I be truly free? That's the trap. True freedom doesn't start with external conditions. It starts inside your head. It starts with recognizing the lies, breaking the mental chains, and reclaiming your right to decide, act, and live without compromise. Curious? You should be. Because the techniques I'm about to reveal are so powerful, so counterintuitive, that most people will dismiss them immediately. They will call it impossible. They will all say that can't work. But here's the proof. The same principles have allowed some of the most feared, respected, and successful figures in history to dominate their lives despite chaos, oppression, and adversity. Think of the inventors, the philosophers, the leaders who changed the world. They weren't lucky. They weren't born special. They understood the unspoken rules of autonomy. They grasped the banned philosophy of true freedom, and they applied it relentlessly. Let's break it down. The first principle is self-mastery, not in the fluffy meditate for 10 minutes way. Real self-mastery is the ability to observe your thoughts without being ruled by them, to act with intention, and to refuse the emotional manipulation that surrounds you. Every fear, every doubt, every hesitation is a leash. Cut it. The second principle is deliberate action. Most people drift through life, making decisions based on habit or external pressure. You can't be free if your moves are dictated by expectation. Freedom comes when every choice is conscious, every step purposeful. You design your path, not react to it. Third, the courage to be misunderstood. Society fears people who refuse to conform. Parents, peers, bosses, and media all scream for you to fit in. But the moment you step outside, criticism will rain down. True freedom demands that you embrace solitude, ignore judgment, and walk a path that only a few can follow. Let's get real for a second. Fear is the most effective cage. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of missing out. It controls more lives than any law or rule ever could. But what if you could see fear as a tool instead of a prison? What if fear became your compass, pointing to the exact decisions that would change your life forever? That's the ban philosophy. At work, you see, freedom isn't a reward. It's a skill, a discipline, a practice you must cultivate daily in every decision, in every thought. And yet, most people give it away. They hand over control to bosses, partners, governments, and society itself. They live reactive lives, chained by approval and expectation, thinking that survival equals freedom. It doesn't. Not even close. Curious how far this goes. Let's talk about money. People think money equals freedom. It doesn't. I've seen billionaires enslaved by fear, obsessed with approval, and trapped in routines dictated by others. Meanwhile, someone with nothing but clarity of mind, courage, and decisive action can move mountains. That's the paradox. True freedom isn't wealth, it's sovereignty. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds intense. Is it really for me? Here's the truth. This is for anyone ready to stop being manipulated, controlled, and conditioned. It's for anyone tired of trading their time, energy, and thoughts for illusions of comfort. The ban philosophy of true freedom is simple in principle but radical in effect. Once you embrace it, nothing in your world will ever feel the same. Let's make it practical. Step 1. Question everything. Don't take a single belief for granted. Every assumption about money, society, work, love event, morality needs scrutiny. This doesn't make you cynical. It makes you awake. It makes you capable of seeing the strings everyone else is blind to. Step 2. Act despite fear. Action is the antidote to manipulation. When you feel fear, don't retreat. Lean in. The things you resist are exactly the things that will set you free. True freedom is forged in the moments where comfort dies and courage is born. Step 3. Master your inner dialogue. Most people are their own jailers, repeating lies, self-sabotage, and doubt. True freedom demands clarity of thought, a mental fortress impervious to distraction, doubt, and emotional manipulation. This is where the real battles are. Footnote 1. And here's something most people never consider. Freedom is contagious. When you live it fully, you inspire it in others. You become untouchable, not because the world bends to you, but because your presence, your energy, and your decisions radiate autonomy. People are drawn to it, afraid of it, and ultimately respected. Curious about history? Think of the thinkers banned, censored, or ostracized for their ideas. They weren't dangerous because their ideas were wrong. They were dangerous because their ideas made people question authority, break mental chains, and reclaim sovereignty. That's exactly what I'm inviting you to do today. By now, you might feel a mix of excitement and fear. Good. That's your intuition. Waking up, that's the first sign that the philosophy is working. True freedom always feels radical at first. It challenges, provokes, and but that discomfort is growth eats the smell of chains breaking. So, how do you take the next step? You start by rejecting compliance. The world will try to seduce you with comfort, approval, and ease. Don't take it. Every time you choose awareness over habit, courage over fear, autonomy over obedience, you're stepping further into true freedom. And here's the undeniable proof. The people who embrace this philosophy rarely fail, not because life is easier, but because they are unbreakable. External circumstances don't control them. Criticism doesn't deter them. Fear doesn't stop them. They act with intention, clarity, and sovereignty, and the world bends around them rather than the other way around. Curious about the outcome. Those who follow these principles transform everything: relationships, careers, wealth, mental clarity. All of it aligns with a freedom that is undeniable, unstoppable, and undeniable. And yet, most people never get past curiosity. They read a few lines, nod, and go back to the cage. Don't be most people. Ask yourself this. If you could never fail, never be controlled, never be manipulated, how would you live? What choices would you make? What risks would you take? What life would you design? That vision is the blueprint of true freedom, and it's available to anyone willing to embrace it fully. Here's the reality. Freedom isn't given. It's taken, not by force, but by understanding, courage, and relentless practice. It's hidden in plain sight, deliberately obscured by centuries of control, but it's there for anyone willing to seek it. The banned philosophy doesn't wait. It rewards decisiveness, clarity, and courage. So, what's stopping you? Are you willing to follow the patterns everyone else obeys? Or are you ready to step off the map, break the chains, and live life on your own terms? The choice isn't theoretical, it's practical. It's immediate. It's here, right now, waiting for you to claim it. And if you do, there's a strange phenomenon. The world starts to bend to your vision. Doors appear where there were walls. Opportunities aligned like clockwork. People who doubted you begin to follow, not because they have to, but because they see the freedom you embody and they can't resist its gravity. This isn't philosophy for the faint-hearted. It's for the daring, the awake, the ones who refuse to live small. It's a call to action, a blueprint, and a revolution of the mind. Those who understand it are untouchable. Those who ignore it remain trapped. The choice is yours. So, if you're ready to step into the banned philosophy of true freedom, remember this. Start small, act boldly, question relentlessly, and master yourself. The rest, the opportunities, the clarity, the unshakable life is a natural consequence. Freedom isn't a gift. It's a conquest. And here's the secret final note. Most people never grasp. Once you truly taste it, once you feel the power of autonomy coursing through every decision, you can never go back. Freedom becomes a state of being, a lens through which you see everything and nothing, Not fear, not society, not doubt can ever touch you again. Are you ready to claim it?